Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for Grow My Bag TV, and there is a ton going on right now. Let's dig in. Let's first talk about US Treasuries, the bond market. Right now, tokenized assets are worth about $698 million. Now, when you think about it, that's not a big number, right? But at the beginning of the year, it was only 100 million. That says that there is growth in that space, huge growth. And as we start to get into tokenized assets, you're going to see that growth multiply, absolutely multiply. I expect it to hit more than 10 times that as soon as we get that new Bitcoin spot ETF. I think we're going to start to see tokenization happen like almost overnight. The leader in that space is now Ethereum. They just surpassed Stellar. So about $344 million for Ethereum and about $322 million, give or take, on both sides for Stellar. I didn't realize Stellar was in that space as a preferred platform. That's actually huge, and that goes toward don't sleep on some of these blockchains. Some of them are doing things that you have no idea about, and you should go do your own research. Something else that we should be considering. November 2nd is a big day. November 2nd is a huge day. And the reason why is because that's the next day that the SEC commissioners are going to meet behind closed doors. And it is rumored that they will be considering Grayscale's application to convert their GPTC, which is a trust, into a Bitcoin spot ETF. Yeah, that's a little bit big. I think it has to happen because I told you before, the courts had given them only 7 days to respond. Right after the window closed on their appeal, Grayscale filed to force them to the table. Well, the court gave them 7 days. I think that's the 7 days. Remember, I told you yesterday that I thought that was coming up. So if you're looking at that as the 7 days, I'm sitting here and I'm going, it's going to be hard pressed for them to say no, which means I'm expecting a yes. Right? I'm expecting a yes. Now, here's something to consider. Tomorrow we get the FOMC, announcement about Fed rates. I'm expecting that to remain steady. So if it remains unchanged, that's going to be good news for the market. And we're talking about all markets, right? Or just about all markets. Then on November 2nd, which would be Thursday, we could have the nod to Grayscale. I can't tell you how huge that would be. Because the implication would mean that everybody else is going to get approved in due time, but that would mean everybody else is going to get approved. Now, Vanguard's choice to not get involved in their own Bitcoin spot ETF, what? I never even realized. And I do business with Vanguard. Never knew that. Didn't realize they also don't do that with gold because they feel that they don't hold intrinsic value. Not that they don't hold value, but that they don't hold intrinsic value, meaning they don't have cash flows. Wow. Amazing. And you know what? Before you people go, insane, you have to stop and think about this. Vanguard, their assets under management is about $8 trillion. That's right. They're only a hair under BlackRock. A hair. So when I sit there and I look at this, I kind of go, oh my God. I really don't. What I really do is kind of say, well, it's a contrarian opinion, right? And they've been this successful in all this time. Now, it's not to say that they won't leverage the technologies involved and all that other good stuff. It just means that, hey, we have no interest in doing that. That's not what we advise our clients. Nice. So I have Vanguard over here. I have other assets over there. There's a reason why I spread my risk. So that if one goes out, the others might see a pickup. I want to spread my risk, have that diversification. Now, the next part is all for my Doge fans. I used to love Doge. And then Elon Musk came along and completely manipulated it. different memes and posts and this, that, and the other. This is coming from a guy who took a $44 billion company, Twitter, and lost $25 million. $25 billion worth of value. Okay? I want you to think about this both from a crypto perspective and a stock perspective. I'll tell you why. I'm not going to trust that some dude who's really good at losing money is going to do anything to pump up Doge. That's one, right? If you have noticed, if you go back a couple of years ago when he said something about Doge, it would pop up and stay up for a while. When he says it now, it barely registers as a blip. That should be a sign. Now, and as far as stock is concerned, I was listening to CNBC yesterday and everybody's kind of like, I think the fear over Tesla is the fact that X is doing so poorly. Yeah, you flip Twitter to be X now, and X, marks the spot for loss. If you look at Tesla now, he might have to, everybody's thinking he could have to sell shares to bolster X, right? If he has to do that, or, he needs to dump some Tesla shares to just increase his own pockets again because of X. So it looms like an albatross around Tesla's neck. There's your stock problem. While this is going on, yes, they've gotten some wins. They've signed contracts with various automobile makers. That's great. But while this albatross is around their neck, Cybertruck is not so much. And other companies are catching up. That says a lot. Says a lot. Now, frankly, for me, I look at Tesla stock and I look at Tesla itself as not a car manufacturer. I look at Tesla as a technology company. And one of the best things they could have done was not invent the car. They invented the need, not the need for the car, the need for their charging stations. So I think when all is said and done, Tesla's going to be the new consolidated Edison. Think about this. Charging stations across the country. You have to get your power from them. Stop there. All the big car manufacturers working with them. There you go. There you go. So I'm looking in that regard. Next up, the UK is about to implement their new rules, not new rules, old rules, and apply the old rules to new technology, which is crypto. I think that's going to be a failure. I don't think that's a good idea. Something else that I'm contemplating is the fact that LastPass was hacked, and the commonality of 100 different crypto wallets seems to be the hack of LastPass. If you're using LastPass, I advise you to go find something else. That's what I advise you to do. I really do. Back to the whole Ethereum Stellar thing. I want you to think about this. Ethereum and Stellar are not the only players in that space. So is Solana and so is Polygon. That's why I'm telling you there's connective tissue, right, that I look at, and Solana is there, it seems. Polygon is there, it seems. Chainlink is there, it seems. And I keep saying it seems because it's more than seems. Ethereum is there. You look at all of these projects and you start to realize their impact when going from traditional to crypto. That's what I mean by connective tissue, making the connection. Pay attention, folks. Do your own research and dig in. Anyway, you know what we should do? We should get into the numbers. So let's go do that. So the first thing that we're going to look at is the fear and greed index. We are starkly down, right? We're down from 77 or something like that last week. Now we're down to 66. Hold your breath. That's going to change. That's going to go up. Thursday's not that far away. We're seeing more inflows of money into the crypto space. That's big, right? You're seeing more money flow in. So all of the exchange traded platforms, they're seeing big money trading in. Okay. That's what I pay attention to. The current total value locked is $54 billion. Do some research on Cardano because they're exploding in TVL. They are jumping up. I remember when it was zero. Now they're exploding upwardly. Pay attention to that space. Do some research. If you look at my chart, all right, here's where the big news is. Remember all the way down here. This is where we were. You see this? 25,211. We were down there for a long time. Then I kept telling you we had to get it back above the 26,475 that I had within my green band. And I told you even within there, we had to get above 2828. This is all Bitcoin. We had to get above 2828 to be within striking distance of 30,000. Look at what happened. We have surpassed that 30,000. We have surpassed my upper limit to my green spot, which was 31,580. And where are we now? Constantly kissing 35,000. 35,232 is the number that I'm actually looking at. And that's because of the proximity of these two bars. We'd have to go way back over here to see the next one. So I'm just taking most recent, and that's about 232. And then my next one is at 40,000. And I expect that 40,000. If we blast through and maintain above 35,000, let me rephrase. Let's push that to the side. If we get approval on Thursday for the world's first Bitcoin, well, not the world, sorry, the United States' first Bitcoin spot ETF, I'm going to have to set a new bar. I'll have to raise that bar from 40,000 maybe to 4550. That's honestly what I think. Because again, it would be because you're going to be looking at the first Bitcoin spot ETF in the United States, which would signal that there are more to come with greater buying power, far greater buying power. More importantly, with plans for tokenization, big, huge tokenization plans. That's why I'm telling you we should be paying attention to this. That's one of the last hurdles. Handcuffs off. Just saying. This is what I'm paying attention to. On the big board, it's looking mostly green. Yeah, you can see this is red. It's not really. We're moving a little bit laterally on things. Certain things have popped up. Look at XRP. Look at that. Look at Solana. Popped up. XRP is up over 8%. Solana is up over 6%. XLM, Stellar, is up over 5%, almost 5.5%. Yeah, I can see that you're looking at TON. I am not touching it. There's nothing with the name Telegram in it that I'm going to touch. Period. Just saying. I won't even do research on it. So those of you out there that might ask me to do research on it, I will not. Because it seems like every scam that I see points toward Telegram. There's a reason why. Kind of a secure platform. I'm not messing around with anything that has anything to do with Telegram. Period. I do deeper research when I see a project that has a Telegram account. Doesn't mean I won't buy into that project. But if that project has a Telegram account, I dig deeper. I just don't trust Telegram as a platform. I don't trust their coin. Just not messing with it. What does it do? What's its use case? I don't see it. Explain it to me. No, I'm not angry. I'm serious. Explain it to me. I don't see it. Right? I'm staying away. So I'm paying attention to certain things. I'm paying attention to XRP popping up. I'm paying attention to Solana popping up. Do your research. Let's take a look at this. So if you look at Bitcoin, yeah, it's up, 107% year to date. You get down to here, when you look at Solana, it's up 266% year to date. What more can you say? XRP up 78 cents. 78%. Right? That's nothing to shake a stick at. Cardano's up 20%. I just want you to take this in for a minute. I'm holding Cardano from January 1st. If you're holding Cardano, you're up 20%. As of today, you're up 20%. Are you mad? No, you're not mad. You're happy. 20%. I'm up. Yay. Until you look at Solana, that's up 266%. Bitcoin, that's up 107%. The XRP up 78%. Who's another one? Chainlink up over 100%. Bitcoin Cash, another one I tell people, don't sleep on them, up another 152%. Stellar up 68%. There are coins out there that I do research on, that I pay attention to, that I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to sleep on that coin. I'm not going to sleep on that project. It's in use. HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph, 38%. Lido, up 67%. Dang. No, I don't do anything with Lido, but I do pay attention to it. Right? I'm just paying attention to these year-to-date numbers. I don't mess around with Maker, but it's up 171%. Ranked number 37 on the list. I pay attention to those billion-dollar movers, large caps. Not mega caps, but large caps. I pay attention to that. Right? Because I kind of group them. Above a billion, above 2 billion, above 5 billion. Right? And then those that are below $1 billion. Render's there. Stacks is there. Don't sleep on Stacks. Look at this. Don't sleep on Stacks. Render. Are you seeing this? Injective. Are you seeing this? Are you seeing these numbers? There's a reason why there's a star here. There's a reason why they're on my favorites list. Pay attention. Pay attention. Do your own research. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. Not going to ramble on anymore. If you have questions, drop me some questions. I'll try to do the research and see if I can answer them, as well as if you like what I'm doing, drop me a note. Somebody dropped me a note early this morning and I was so happy. I got out of bed happy, right? Because I was rolling over starting my research on my phone. Somebody said, hey brother, I like what you're doing. Keep on doing it. Thank you. Makes me smile. Makes me know that the research I'm doing is not just teaching my kids and helping my kids, but it's helping others too. If you don't like what I'm doing, drop me a note. Tell me, hey brother, you could do this better. If you do this, it would be better. Somebody got on me because I used to get on here and I be putting on my lotion, and somebody didn't like that. And I was like, yeah, I haven't done it in a while, but it doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It just means that, somebody didn't like that. Oh, okay, I can understand. Then they're not here to see me put on my makeup. But I'm not. Sometimes I just don't. I'm running short on time and I have to, multitask. It's just the way it is. But drop me a note. Let me know what I can do better for you. All right. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for Grow My Bag TV. I hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.